This country is very young. Not young in its history, young because its population is young. Based on the government report that was issued last year, about 50% of the population is younger than 15, 60% younger than 18, 70% younger than 30. So we're dealing here with population of children and young people. There are very few adults over 60 here. Very few, because very few survived the genocide. Yeah. And there are not many professionals. The country is only now beginning to heal. The universities are beginning to appear. They are only beginning now to train new engineers, new managers, new accountants, and this time we are challenged by IT, so new computer specialists, teachers, doctors, engineers, architects. All of these are new needs. And where will they get this from? From the children and the young people who are in our villages and in our churches. So now when you go to our villages and our churches, you will find the same reality reflected in the attendance at worship. You will come. Most of our people will visit churches and thinking that the adults will be the ones taking most of the space. It's not the case. The adults will be on the margins, looking at their children, participating with their children and their young kids in worship, because the churches are made up of children and youth. And who is leading worship along with the pastor? It's youth and children. And who are members of the councils of the churches that are full-fledged churches? Young people. It's an entirely different setup here. And evangelism takes place because the children and the young people bring their parents and adults to church. It's not the adults bringing the children so much to church. It's the children and the adults winning their families to church. This is how it's done here in Cambodia. So when we talk about training of pastors, we train them so that they could train how the children and the youth can become evangelists. And when we teach our Sunday school teachers, it's the same, with the same kind of attitude and the same kind of assumption that we have a population of children and young people. I don't know whether I will say it's a radically different concept of how to do church and how to be church, but it's different. It's different. So now if we think in terms of growing the church, of helping the church, supporting the church, we have to think of ways by which the church can be in ministry with the children and the youth. And this means a lot in terms of what we do with support coming from our friends. It means we really have to emphasize scholarship, and we cannot overemphasize scholarship, because the more young people and the more children we can send to school, the better it will be for the country, and the better it will be for the church. Yeah. And as far as nation building is concerned, the nation is being built by children and young people. We cannot wait until that time. It's now that the country needs the children and the young people. Now, a good example is Tola. I announced just now in our hearing downstairs that Tola and husband Tara are both our administrative assistants, and they're both in graduate school, being supported by donations coming through GBGM. I did not know that last night Tola received this certificate that she was chosen as one of the scholars of Iwa University. Iwa is a Methodist women's university in Korea. And she was chosen. And yesterday, just before she left for school, she dropped by my office, and I told her, Tola, do you realize that you are going to be the first, your batch will be among the first professors of social work in this country? And she was all beaming. And I said, yeah, the professor from IWA even told us that there will be scholarships available for us if we want to pursue PhD. Well, go for it, because you will be teaching social work. And now she came back this morning, and she said, I'm very happy, I have good news. She just got a scholarship from IWA. And that means we can help other children, other young people as well. Because the more scholarships, then the scholarship that's geared for that's being allocated for Tola, we can begin to look for other scholars to support. I mean, when I was in college and the university, it was not so easy to find scholarships. Even now, our young people have to really go look. But here in Cambodia, people see the need. We are so happy, and we praise God for friends like Iwa University that see this vision, that recognize this vision of the country and the need. And already they are beginning to identify young people like Tola to be in leadership for this country. I've always said, my gosh, this country is in really dire need of social workers. Where are the social workers? And then Tola comes back to the office one day and said, they're starting a social work program in one of the universities. I said, go for it.